I will be reviewing the American Tier 2 Premium Light Tank, the T1E6. What must you know about the T1E6 right away? This is a premium vehicle, so you can train any of your American light tank commander, driver, and loader in this vehicle. As a premium tank, you will have a increased credit modifier for every single match that you do to make credits. This vehicle, it have a normal matchmaking, so you will be getting yourself into tier 2 to tier 3 matches. This vehicle, it is like the American T1 Cunningham at tier 1, but slightly improved in some areas. This vehicle is also a rare tank as well. This tank, if you were playing before the event 2013 New Year's, you would have gotten this vehicle for free, just like the other freebie tanks that were handed out. There are only two ways that you could potentially get this vehicle now: through bundles that have this tank in it, or through events and missions that offer this tank as a prize. Let's get into the stats of the T1 Cunningham now. The T1E6 stats, they are just average. They are not that bad nor good. The maximum amount of hit points, it is 160 hit points. The maximum load limit, it is 11.1. My current setup, it is 9.13 tons, which should give me a very good horsepower to ton ratio. The engine, you have a 244 horsepower engine with a 20% of it being set on fire though. Most of the time, you are going to be killed by enemy fire, not by engine fire. The top speed, it is 48.3 kilometers. You can easily reach that speed on flat terrain or going downhill easily enough. My horsepower to ton ratio, it is really good. 26.72 horsepower to 1 ton, which means I can reach the top speed of 48.3 kilometers with ease. The whole traverse, it is good at 42 degrees, so this vehicle can turn around quickly enough. The hull armor and the turret armor, it is rubbish. With the thin armor, just be careful because enemy rounds can potentially knock out crew and module easily enough due to the thin armor. This vehicle does not like HE rounds at all, because most HE rounds fired at it will potentially do their maximum damage most of the time. The whole armor in the front, it is 15. Even with the angling, most tier 1 to tier 3 guns will pen it with these. Side, it is allow the 6. Wheel 6. Turret, it is 12 in the front, 6 to the side and rear. The gun, it is mediocre. You have reasonable pen with a decent amount of damage per shell that this tank does. The gun on this vehicle, you will have 10 degrees of gun depression downwards, which is quite good, while you have 18 degrees of gun elevation upwards, so you can hill fight with this vehicle if you want to. This gun, you have a semi-automatic 37mm gun, which is found on the American light tanks. It is not that good nor bad. This is a magazine-fed gun, so you have 5 rounds for the magazine. The loading time between shells, it is 0.5 seconds, which make it quick. The loading time, if you have a good crew and some equipment mounted, you will have a quick loading time of 5 seconds for your magazine. The pen and damage, it is mediocre. Most tanks that you encounter at tier 1 to tier 2, you can pen with ease. Certain tanks that are well armored at tier 2 to tier 3, you are going to have problems penning them, unless if you can get your shot to hit a weaker part of the tank. The accuracy of this gun, it is really bad, 0.51. This gun I generally found, due to the bad accuracy even at close range to medium range, I found if I just fire all of the rounds at the same time, I generally hit most of my most of my rounds hit the enemy tank if I am close enough and if RNG is on my side in the match. Other than that, you will have problems getting precise shots with this gun. The aiming time, it is quick at 1.9 seconds. The turret traverse, it is really good at 38 degrees. The view range, it is mediocre for a tier 2 vehicle. It is 260 meters for the view range. The radial, you will have a 325 meter radial range, which is not that bad at a tier 2. Let's get to the pros and the cons of the tank now. The pros and the cons for the T1E6. As a tier 2 vehicle, you will be getting yourself into tier 2 to tier 3 matches, the way how you are going to be using the T1E6. The tank, you will be primarily using it as a support vehicle and as a run and gun tank, as in the replays that I will be showing. If you wanted to want to play this tank as a scout, if you really wanted to, you can use the coded optics here as a active scout if you want to mount it, or if you plan to play the tank as a passive scout, you can equip the binocular telescopes with the camera net to increase your view range, so you can spot enemy tanks at a distance away. What is the T1E6 good at? The tank have a very good acceleration, very good top speed, and maneuverability as well. The the armor piercing round, it is free, so you don't have to pay for it. The APCR and HE rounds, you have to though. The gun on the vehicle, it is a burst damage gun, so you have 5 rounds for your magazine. If you can get those 5 rounds to penetrate and hit, on average, you will be doing about 150 damage with your gun magazine. That means you can potentially kill most tier 1s to tier 2 vehicles with your magazine fed gun. The vehicle have very good gun depression downwards. This vehicle, as I mentioned already, you can use it as a crew trainer / credit maker at this tier. Now to the cons of the tank. You have poor armor, the accuracy is bad, the view range, it is terrible. This vehicle, if you are not lucky at times, you can accumulate module and crew damage easily enough. While when I was playing this tank, I found that you can easily run out of ammo in this tank if you do not keep track on how much ammo you have left. Let's cover the equipment, ammo layout, and the consumables that you are going to be mounting on the tank. Let's begin off with the consumables that you are going to be using. I would go with a first aid kit to treat crew member injuries, a repair kit to repair module damage. Now to the ammo. You will have 80 rounds of ammunition maximum. For my ammo layout, I went with a mix of armor piercing and HE rounds. The armor piercing rounds, it have sufficient pen to pen most vehicles. Certain heavily armored vehicles, you have to fully aim to shoot at the weaker part of the vehicles if you want to pen that part of the tank. The armor piercing and the APCR rounds, they have the same damage output, but the pen is better on the APCR. The APCR pen, it is 40 to 66 millimeters of pen, compared to 25 to 41 millimeters of pen. If you want to use APCR ammo, it can be slightly expensive for 1 round. 800 credits, which is not that bad, but if you do choose to fire multiple magazines in a match of APCR ammo, it can be quite expensive. So it is up to you if you want to shoot APCR ammo or not in this tank. HE ammo, on the other hand, it only costs you 8 credits, so it is cheap to use. You will do less pen for this ammo type, but you will be doing more damage. I would use the HE round on thinly armored vehicles if you get up close and personal to the enemy tank. The equipment that I mount on the vehicle. This tank, as I play it for fun from time to time, I just have ventilation equipped to increase my crew skills by 5%. This vehicle, with vent equipped, it also improved the tank by a little bit. The other equipment that you can mount if you want to. Toolbox, it is not a bad idea to get your repair done faster. The enhanced gun lane drive to decrease your aiming time even more. If you want to play as an active scout, you can put coated optics onto the tank here for a permanent plus 10 view range on the tank. If you do want to play as a passive scout, you can mount the binocular telescopes and camo net. Vents is a good idea still to put onto this tank. The lighter spall liner, you can mount this if you want to, but I really wouldn't. With the garage review done with, let's go to the replays now to show you how to use the T1E6 tank. This replay, I am on the map Mines. If I remember correctly, I did quite well in this replay. In chat right now, someone on the enemy team was asking how the light fig was. Right now, I am climbing to the hill here. Fortunately, I got to the hill here without taking any hits. I forced a reload. I poke over the ridge line here a bit to see what I can shoot at. The magazine fed gun here, as long as you get all of your shots to hit the enemy tank, you can kill a tier 2 and a tier 1 tank with your magazine. Right now I'm just looking around. Let's see, I was not lucky enough to pin that medium 2, the PV2 there. I was lucky enough. Seeing I would have problems penetrating them, I looked elsewhere where I can shoot at. I got a lucky shot on that 57 there. The T1 there, I only got one shot. 2 shots on that T1 there. It is more of a luck of the draw if all of your rounds hit the enemy tank or not. I cannot pin that medium, 835 there I mean. Got lucky again shooting at that medium. Right now I am down to around 40 ammunition left. I tried tried pinning the H35 from the rear. The H35 has some very good rear armor still at tier 2. Seeing the T7 car there, is okay. I locked on to finish that vehicle off. This replay, I got my Master Ace Tanker match in it, being top tier for damage on the team. I almost got myself a top gun. Unfortunately, I didn't get a kill for that medal. Let's go to the next replay. This replay, I am on the map Malinovka. This match, most of the people have a T7 combat car. Look like most of these people have gotten the T7 combat car due to some event that was going on recently. I'll put something in chat quickly. I am glad I sort of kept my T7 combat car as during the event that was going on at this time, people got this vehicle for free though. I'm just speeding up the replay to get to the hill. I'm just looking around, seeing where my team members are going to go. We have lost some tanks on our side. That's nothing new. Now this is where the match begins for me. I tried to get my magazine fired into that PD-35 media. I only got one shot out of my 2 magazine I fired at it. I am looking around to see what I can shoot at. Right now things are not looking good for my team. It is 3-9. I auto lock onto the T7 combat car, shoot at it while its gun was not aiming at me. There must be a T7 combat car in the area because I must have evaded its 50 caliber machine gun fire. I pointed to the map at J7. Well, now it's just me and the PZ tool here. I I missed that last shot on the T7 car there. But now I am doing a circle of death around him. I stopped, load my magazine into that T7 combat car as the turret turned. I did not too bad in this match. I did 414 damage. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay, I am on the same map again. Let me just speed up the replay a bit. Interesting pun or reference there. I am going to the hill area. Checking around, seeing what is around me. I am the only one going to the hill. I will have support coming, but it will come later. I'm being cautious as I get to the top of the hill here, knowing that the enemy tank have fast light tanks. Just from that magazine being fired into the cruiser there, I did about 150 damage. I almost killed that T7 car there. I flanked him. Got the kill there while I think I just evaded some machine gun fire maybe. I forced another reload. Fired randomly in the area, hoping my shells would hit the T7 car there. Seeing the hill is in our possession, I would have had to run downhill there, but the T2 medium popped up. I shoot at his rear there. For a medium tank, the T2 medium is actually quite well armored. The medium 2, I mean. Yeah, T2 medium. It is quite well armored from the front and side. Another juicy target for me to shoot at.
Permission to engage.
I locked on and shoot while driving. I accidentally drove into the T7 there. This is when in the match the enemy team made their comeback. Right now I am beginning to run low on ammo. Seeing the H-35 there, I fixed my track and retreated. Now I am going to be running out of ammo soon. 30 rounds of ammo. I went to the base area using the terrain here to cover my presence from the 35.
Permission to engage.
I fired blindly on the move, hoping to get some hits. I thought it would be a good idea to cap, but seeing what was going on at the time, no. Most likely the enemy team would have had come back. Seeing the T7 car, I got off cap again. Right now this is dangerous. I'm running low on ammo. And I am the only person at base. I only have 4 rounds of ammo left. I almost got a Top Gun there.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
I died with having no ammo left. I did pretty good in this replay. I did about 800 medals, if I remember correctly. I got like 6 other miscellaneous medals as well. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the tank itself. Let's do a brief recap on the T1E6. This tank, it is just average. It is not that bad nor good. This tank, it can be a very fun tank to play if you know how to use it right. This tank, as it is a premium tank, you can use it as a crew trainer for your American light tanks, and also use it as a credit maker at a tier 2 area. This tank, it is a rare tank, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. There are only 2 ways to obtain this vehicle: through missions that are available from time to time that offer this tank at a prize, or through bundle packs that have this tank in the bundle. As this is a rare tank, you can keep it or sell it if you want to. This tank, while I was using it, I enjoyed most of my matches in it, so it's a keeper for me. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the T1E6 light tank. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone. If you like my video, do follow my channel and also leave a comment as well.